Hey guys, MDK Shady here, and I'm back with another Beyblade Burst unboxing video. This time we got Cho-Z, Valkyrie, Cho-Z, Achilles, and Cho-Z Spriggan. So let's first look at the Valkyrie box. Here we have Cho-Z Valkyrie right there, Cho-Z Valkyrie Zenith Evolution, Vault right there, and the Beyblade's gimmick, as well as the logo, the parts list, and on the back you get some parts explanations right there, but we can't speak Japanese, so we're not gonna go further into that. So now let's look at the Cho-Z Achilles box. Here we have Cho-Z Achilles in the center, the LR launcher, Cho-Z Achilles double dimension. It has a longer string, and the gimmick right there, and I get going Super Saiyan. Ooh boy. And here's the Beyblade Burst logo, and on the side we got more of the gimmick right there, and in the back we got the parts list and how the Beyblade functions. And finally, we got the Cho-Z customized set that comes with Cho-Z Spriggan, Orb Aegis, Crash Ragnarok, and Bloody Longinus. We have some images right there, Beyblade logo right there, all the types and stuff on the side of the box, and some more customized stuff right there. And in the back, we got all the parts list that you would normally see on a starter, but like with 4 more days on it, on the back. And that's pretty much all we got for today. Okay, it fell, wow, okay. It's not getting up, yay. Alright, let's open the boxes and I'll see you in a bit. So first up, let's look at Cho-Z Spriggan's driver. The driver is Zeta Dash, and Zeta, like previous Zeta, has all 3 of its modes that are the same. But this new Zeta Dash has this tighter spring. And that's pretty much it. It's still Zeta, it's still bad. So here is how the defense mode functions. Now Cho-Z Spriggan just circles around the stadium for a very long time, and even after I speed it up, it takes it a while before it gets to the center. And for stamina mode, it's almost the opposite. It basically just circles around the middle area, but it really does not go in there until it loses a lot of spin. And even then, it's just wobbling in there, which is really weird. I don't like how it wobbles there. And then attack mode is attack mode. It circles around a lot, and because of this, it has a lot more contact with the wall frame, which reduces a lot more stamina, and when it does lose stamina, it just circles in the center. Next up, let's talk about the wall frame. Now, the wall frame is Spriggan's unique frame, and it basically has these giant wall pieces around that scrape on the floor to not only just save it from getting knocked out, it also allows it to do some counterattacks and stuff like that, but it really doesn't do that often. It just reduces stamina. But the only driver that Wall is currently being used on is Bearing, and that's because Bearing is tall and wide enough that Wall doesn't actually touch the stadium floor. It just adds weight. And yes, Wall is currently the heaviest frame we've got right now. And it probably will be because GT doesn't have any frames. Here we got the disc 0, and it's tied with 10 for the second most heaviest core disc. Here we have the new Cho-Z Spriggan layer, finally in use Spriggan layer, with stickers that look splendid. And in right spin it has this nice contact point right there, and in left spin it has this not so nice contact point. Launch it hard enough, Cho-Z even pops out, and both contact points increase. And that's really cool. The teeth look splendid for a dual spin Beyblade. It's very hefty, and it's a very cool looking layer. The tool helps you change spin direction. The Orb Aegis, the driver comes with is called Quest, and it basically sticks to stuff. Not wood. It sticks to glass, yes, and the stadium. But if you play with it for a very long time, this is what happens. Yeah, it basically flattens and it won't stick to anything. No amount of saliva can fix this. Oh boy. The disc-based Beyblade comes with is Outer, and Outer was first released in the Rare Bay Get Challenge with Orichalcum. Second release of Outer in Takara Tomi's release, and it is the heaviest normal disc out there so far, aside from the GT discs, which aren't really normal discs. But yeah, it's circular and may add LAD. The layer is called Orb Aegis, and it has 2 metal balls on the top and bottom of the layer that don't do much. The teeth are really good for a defense type Beyblade, and in my opinion, it's the coolest looking defense type layer. Crash Ragnarok comes with the driver Volcanic Dash, and although it's a dash driver, it's not really good because Volcanic just circles around the stadium and doesn't do much. The cross frame is one of the best frames out there, and the 5 disc helps with tightening the Beyblade. Crash Ragnarok itself is a very good stationary attack layer, and it's really cool. The gimmick is that these little metal wings come out, and it does help with its stamina, that is for sure. Next up, we got Bloody Longinus, and it's one of the weirdest combos out there. You got a stamina type tip cycle, which isn't even that good, and then the rest of its parts like dagger and 1 dash and the layer itself are all attack type parts. I don't know what they were thinking with this combo, and Bloody Longinus doesn't even have that good teeth, so it won't even survive. All in all, this set is kind of hype. Okay, it comes with Orb Aegis, and it comes with Cho-Z Spriggan, and the 2 recolors aren't that bad, except Longinus. And honestly, if you want Cho-Z Spriggan, just get the Royal King one. Next up, let's look at Chouzetsu Valkyrie. The driver it comes with is Evolution, and in my opinion, it was one of my favorite drivers when I first got it. It was so controllable, and it was so slow, and I could I felt how good it was. And this driver was the one that killed Archer Hercules. It was really good to use against it, and it was really controllable. But after a while, this happens. Yes, the driver wears down. Now, in my opinion, it took me like 2 days to do this. Yeah, it's really sad. I wish it was way stronger. Like, they did say it would be tougher than variable, but it still happens, and it just gets so uncontrollable. I don't like it. When you buy it out of the box, it's one of the best attack type tips ever. And when you use it, it becomes absolute garbage. Zenith is the first disc with a gimmick on it. Its gimmick is that these rubber pieces on the side will make it so that you gain clicks back when a right spin Beyblade hits the rubber piece. But in fact, the disc is way too small for it to actually work on Cho-Z Valkyrie. You can see if I attach it, it doesn't actually pop out, and even at that point, if it pops out, well, if you launch hard enough, the Cho-Z wing pops out and it'll basically block it. So there's no reason to run Zenith. It's an absolute bogus disc. And here is Cho-Z Valkyrie. It's one of the best attack, it's the best attack type layer so far, and it's the attack type layer that consistently beats Archer Hercules on good attack type drivers. And it's a really big powerhouse. And I say if you're running attack type, you better pick Cho-Z Valkyrie, because so far, it is the best attack type layer. And his teeth aren't half bad. And here is Cho-Z Valkyrie Zenith Ultimate Reboot. It's on Ultimate Reboot. I don't like Evolution. And versus Archer Hercules 10 Cross Eternal, which is a very good Archer Hercules combo. And here we go, Archer Hercules first, and then we're gonna attack with Cho-Z Valkyrie. And Cho-Z Valkyrie does consistently burst Archer Hercules, which is the coolest thing about this layer. Before we look at Cho-Z Achilles, we're going to be looking at his LR launcher. The LR launcher actually has the same length of string as a normal launcher, which makes it the most powerful launcher. It's also the most durable one as well. And the driver it is Dimension, and it has a cool name, and its gimmick is also very cool. This is basically a slingshot driver. You basically turn the knob turn the gear right there, and it basically gets taller and taller and taller with every notch getting that little black rubber spike out of there. And it's actually a fairly good tip with the rubber spike. It's a really good defense type tip, but I feel it doesn't have much stamina. The 00 disc is really heavy, the most heaviest core disc out right now. And Cho-Z Achilles is the first, it's second Cho-Z Beyblade that has metal, but it's the one that has the most metal. It has the wings on the side right there, and I feel like it does a lot of damage as of playing with it a while. It does do a lot of damage, and it has these little blue parts right there that act like the shields, and they do work. This Beyblade is actually one of the Beyblades that you can take away the gimmick really easily. So here are all 3 of the Cho-Z Beyblades. Cho-Z Valkyrie is a must-have for its attack type layer, Achilles is a must-have for its driver, its disc, and its launcher, and Spriggan is one you can skip, but if you really want the Cho-Z Spriggan, get the Royal King Cho-Z Spriggan from Koro Koro.